My next guest joining me in studio in our beautiful sports studio here today from Healthy Learners. And I will introduce Jo Pauling Jones. She's the executive director. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Koko. Thank you for having us.
Good to have you here. And Matt Youngner, the co-chairman of Healthy Learners.
Hey, Koko.
Via telephone, I have head Clemson baseball coach Monty Lee. He's here. You're right.
I am here.
Yes.
Thanks for having me on.
Cool. And we're going to be talking about Healthy Learners and the services that you provide. They have a golf tournament coming up. It's called the Champions for Children's Golf Tournament. So welcome, everyone. And first, if we would, let's talk a little bit about Healthy Learners and what you guys do. Jo.
Thank you so much, Koko. Healthy Learners is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. We are 24 years old. We've been here in the Columbia area and throughout the state serving the needs of children for 24 years. We provide access to health care for those children whose families cannot afford to pay for their health care.
Okay.
And we do that through generous contributions from our funders. They can be individuals, foundations, corporations, or wonderful individuals that help us with our events, which is our main fundraising event category.
Right. And tell us some of the areas that you serve.
Okay, we serve Allendale, Dillon, Greenwood, Georgetown, and Lexington and Richland counties. We have 5 programs throughout the state that serve 149 schools in 11 different school districts. On average, we serve about 1,500 children a year, and we provide more than 5,000 services. And the reason that the services outnumber the number of children is because on average, for the children that we serve, they have 3 unmet health needs. We try our best to meet all of those needs so that they can perform their best in the classroom. We know that when children are healthy, they are better learners.
Right.
And so our whole mission is to remove those health barriers that prevent children from learning.
Okay, and tell us how you get your clients.
We partner with school districts, and we work very closely with the school nurses. When they identify a child whose family is in need and they are unable to pay for the health care that they need, they refer them to us. And so with parental consent, we are able to pick the children up, take them to one of our health care providers, get their unmet health need met, and then take them back to school. This has been a model that has been recognized both nationally and locally as a model that works. And simply because we work so closely with the parents and the families to meet these unmet health needs.
Right. And you're hoping to expand some time.
We are hoping to expand. Our long-range plan is to expand to those counties that are bordering the current counties that we serve. Mm-hmm. And so if we're in Dillon County, we want to make sure that we touch those counties that are bordering Dillon County, as an example.
Okay, and you touched on just a moment ago about how you're funded. You are a nonprofit, so where does the funding come from?
We raise every dollar that we spend, and we do that through contributions from individuals, from foundations, corporations, businesses, and of course our event, which Matt Youngner is co-chairing this year, our Healthy Learners Champions for Children Golf Tournament, in memory of his dad, George Youngner, who started our golf tournament. And he's co-chairing that with Coach Monty Lee, who is joining us by phone today.
And that is super. That's coming up October 19th at the Fort Jackson Golf Club. So tell us all about it.
Well, my family, really, grandparents actually had a decent part in rolling, starting Providence Hospital. When my father came along as a tribute to his parents, he wanted to be even more a part of the Providence mission, and Healthy Learners was one of those entities from it. And so he wanted to have a golf tournament, Koko, years back, because he said that's a good way to be able to raise even more money for this great cause for Healthy Learners to help the underprivileged kids of South Carolina. And so he did, and he passed away in 2001. It had been a couple of years that he'd had the tournament, and nowadays, with so many great people stepping into this, it's been able to be taken to a whole different level. And in the last couple of years, what we've done is we would have like a celebrity chairman, like a Ray Tanner in the past or Dawn Staley.
Okay.
And this year in January, I said, we have to get this Clemson flavor, because Clemson, with their athletics, with what they've done, and with their great coaches up there, we're really missing the Clemson base, because there's such a great Clemson contingent here in Columbia, for instance, not to mention across the state.
Right.
And I've had the pleasure of knowing Coach Coach Lee when he was assistant coach here at South Carolina years back, and with what he did at College of Charleston by putting the College of Charleston on the map in collegiate baseball, and now with him being his first year at Clemson, I just knew if we were able to reach out with him, and if he said yes, we could take this tournament to even a higher level. And right away, Coach Lee did. He said, yes, count me in. And so it's been a real nice partnership to have Coach Monty Lee join us here as the co-chairman this year for this tournament.
Super, but no rivalry at all, right?
Oh, not at all. No, I mean the fact that Coach Lee already took 2 out of 3 from my beloved Gamecocks in baseball this year, and probably football. Who knows? Probably Coach Sweeney might have to do again what they did last year. No, not at all. It doesn't hurt at all. There hasn't been any sleep lost at all over this. Okay, can you tell?
Coach Lee, tell us how you're preparing for the tournament.
Well, I'm just very excited to be a part of such a great organization and something that is going, that's raising money and benefiting young children, underprivileged children across the state of South Carolina. I have a tremendous amount of pride in where I'm from. I'm from South Carolina. I grew up in the Midlands of South Carolina. I'm from Lugoff, South Carolina, and been very, very fortunate to live here my whole life and coach here my whole life. I've, as Matt said, started out, I coached at Spartanburg Methodist Junior College and coached with Coach Tanner at South Carolina, then to College of Charleston, and now Clemson. So I've been across the whole state, very familiar with the people of South Carolina, and I think it's an unbelievable thing to be a part of and try to help the Clemson fan base gain support for healthy learners. I'm just very, very excited about the opportunity to be a part of it. Hopefully we can raise a lot of money to help a lot of children across our great state.
All right, let's talk about how people can get involved. How can people sign up for the tournament?
Well, they can go to healthylearners.com/events, and it'll tell them all they need to know about the Champions for Tournament golf tournament. If they don't, Coco, if they're not able to participate in the tournament, in honor of this great rivalry that goes back over 100 years between the Gamecocks and the Tigers, they can still go to that same website, and there's 2 icons on there, and they can donate in honor of their beloved Tigers or beloved Gamecocks. And so kind of like what they do in the football week with the blood drive, seeing who can raise the most blood levels for between the Gamecocks and the Tigers, we're doing the same thing for Healthy Learners. Which fan base can raise the most money for these underprivileged kids? So it's a great cause, and it's a great way to also try and reactivate that wonderful rivalry between the Tigers and the Gamecocks.
Yes, and you have some different types of or levels of competition.
Yes,
you want to talk about those?
Yeah, well, different sponsorships too. I mean, whether if they want a business wants to be able to support their business or promote their business, they can do it at this golf tournament. And they can, again, if they just go to that website, they'll see all the different levels that if they want to be able to just promote their business and be a part of it, they can do that. If they want to put a team into the tournament, they can get a foursome into this, or if they an individual, we'll match them up with the team. Okay. So there's all kind of different levels, Coco, that they can participate. And again, with all the money going towards helping the underprivileged kids, I think it's a win-win situation.
All right. And again, you're going to give the phone number. Oh, wait a minute. You have a silent auction.
Yes,
you have
we do.
prizes that you're going to be giving away. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, again, with it being South Carolina and Clemson, it's going to be really for a fan lover's dream. Whether you're a diehard Gamecock fan or diehard Clemson fan, we'll have some nice stuff, some balls out there with Coach Sweeney. We'll have Coach Lee, maybe a bat or some baseballs with him coming off of his ACC tournament championship that he and his Tigers had this year in his first year. We've got a couple of balls from Coach Muschamp. So it's going to be from a Gamecock Tiger, again, in that same theme. It's going to be real nice with that, along with some trips and some other stuff for a silent auction that really makes it one of the best silent auctions in the state.
Wow, that's great. Now tell everyone how they can get involved. Again, a phone number or the website. Website is, again,
healthylearners.com/events. And they can go there and find out all the information they need to. It also gives a good history, again, about what Healthy Learners is all about. But they can also, as they continue to scroll down, whatever entry levels they'd like to get into the tournament, or if, again, they just want to donate in honor of the Tigers or in honor of the Gamecocks, it shows how to do that as well as you scroll down. So any of that, if they just go to that website, it is very user-friendly, kind of helps them, it walks them through it.
Okay, and you still have a need for volunteers.
Always. You can always have a need for volunteers, and obviously any of the monies, we take as much as we can, because each year we want to grow it and grow it, grow it. Because right now, I believe, Joe, we do takes care of 1,500 kids. You know, what would be nice to be able to say is taking care of 2,000 or 2,500. That need is always there to be able to help give these kids either health, dental, or vision care. So we want to grow it each year. We appreciate people like you who help to promote it, Coco.
My pleasure. Yeah. Always a pleasure. And before we go, Coach Lee, what a wonderful opportunity to speak with you, and thank you for joining in on this. We're looking forward for a great fun rivalry between the two of you.
Yeah, we're actually we're have a putting contest that Coach Lee, even though he's never played golf, I've seen his baseball swing. And he was a heck of a player in his day, not to mention a coach. So I have a feeling with his competitive nature, he's going to be going up against. We had him going up against Don Staley, but now we got him going up against Corey Miller. I told the board here, Trudy Moore and Joe Paul, I said, look, this is a competitive guy, and Dawn's a competitive girl too, but let's bring in Corey Miller. So we're calling him in. So it's the Gamecocks versus Tigers, even in a putting contest, Koko.
Well, as long as when I beat Corey, he doesn't tackle me, then I'll be okay. So I can still run. But I don't know if I can outrun Corey.
I think we're good either way, because I think there will be an EMS crew on hand. So we're good. We're good with all of it. Yeah.
All right, Joe, Coach, Matt, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I do hope that we send a lot of people your way. Great cause, Healthy Learners. And again, healthylearners.com/events. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Koko.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's awesome.